On the sixth day, what most people call prep day, we prepare for the Shabbat. Prepare. For those of us in the faith, that what we call preparation day is a very good day. It means your day of rest is coming, the Shabbat is coming. But I want to focus on the word prepare, preparation. It is amazing today how many people in the faith today understand preparations in regards to the Shabbat, but don't understand preparations in regards to being able to see the signs that are taking place on this earth and still not being aware that times are getting worse and worse and worse. Shalom, this is Following Yeshua, and welcome back to the Rock. Whether it's fire, snow, there's just so many things going on. If you're a believer of what the book says, then you would know that. I'm not one of those guys screaming, "Oh, the end times are here," but I am saying that the wickedness of man is it's gotten bad, and now it's becoming a lot more evident. Whether it be people lighting people on fire in subways, or there are organizations of terror that are in this country. There are anarchists. There are people that want to see society fall. That their lives are crap, so they want to see everybody else's lives fall, and they want to do it on a national level. It's not just the person in your community. They want to affect everybody now. The power grid, whatever they can do to affect the most people, and people still don't prepare. I've on this channel before talked about it in pretty in depth, and people will get angry and say, "Well, you don't trust in Yah. You don't trust in Yah. That's why you store food, or that's why you teach your family, preparedness and survival ideas." And really, I just I strive for self-sufficiency more than I do just a prepper. I don't classify myself as a prepper. I classify myself as a homesteader and as a person that believes that you should be as self-sufficient as you possibly can. That's what I claim. But it doesn't negate the fact that you should have some, and you should prepare. Well, you don't. That's because you don't trust in Yah. And I find it funny that people who will say that are the same people that have bank accounts. I don't ever hear them say you just should need to. You just need to trust in Yah when it comes to paying their rent. No, they go to work and then they pay their rent, or they go to work and then they pay their mortgage. Or you got people that drive vehicles, and all you need is liability insurance, unless you're financing a car. But all you need is liability insurance, and they'll still have, on a fully paid off car, full coverage. They'll have life insurance, medical insurance, fire insurance, flood insurance, homeowners insurance. They'll have, and they'll go out and they'll get the max that you can get. Why? Because I want to, if something happens to me, or I want my family to be taken care of. Right, right. That is exactly the point. You see, people are so eager to guard their car. What I mean? They'll go out there and get the maximum amount of insurance just in case something happens to their car is guarded. They'll go out there and even get AAA attached to it. They don't just say, "I'm a trust in Yah that I'll never get in a car accident." No. They say, if I get in a car accident, I want to make sure that my family, I'm taken care of, our vehicle's taken care of, our transportation is taken care of, because I need that vehicle to go to work. But then when it comes to their family, for some reason, people are so lackadaisical in when it comes to their guarding. They don't guard their family like they do their car. They don't guard their family like, they'll say, "Oh, I'm guarding my health," but are you really? You want to know one of the best ways to guard your health? Grow your own food. But we fall into this, "I don't need to prepare because I've got, Jesus." That you're not showing faith, following Yeshua, when you do the things you do, when you say the things that you say. And these are the same people that every month or every 6 months get an insurance bill, or make sure that they have dental insurance, car insurance. No, these people never say just trust in Y'all when it comes to that. It's only when you talk about preparedness. It's only when you talk about preparedness is a form of insurance. 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 Prepa It is. Having an inheritance to pass to your children is a form of insurance for you, for them, for your grandchildren, for their grandchildren, for their grandchildren. I don't see how putting back 3, 4, 5 weeks of food is in any way negative. It's a positive. The same way you have um, a savings account just in case. And y'all will have savings accounts that cover your bills for a year, but then only have food in your house that covers 3 weeks. Why don't you have 6 months worth of food? What about your safety insurance? Well, I have the police for that. You don't know how to properly protect your family. Well, I'm not into all that. That's where y'all comes in. But you'll call the police. So when something goes down, do you say I'm not going to call the police and just drop on your knees and pray, or do you call the police? I find it interesting that this is what the dynamic is, that Yah has told us men to guard our families, to care for our families, to protect our families. And we'll do it as long as that protection and care goes into somebody else's hands. As long as it's the doctor or the insurance company or someone or something else out there that is caring for our family, well, that's fine. But when it comes to us as men caring for our families, man, we're negligent. And I think that a lot of that comes from that religious training. That if you trust in Yah, Yah will have led and guided you into preparedness. You see that in the Bible. It's just clear as day. Yosef. What do you think it was when our people who kept the Shabbat day, or our people that traveled for feast days? They traveled miles and miles and miles. Do you know what kind of levels of preparation they had to have? Do you understand what kind of levels of preparation when you don't have a vehicle? But when you get a snow and you're snowed in, or you have heat waves coming in, or your crops, there were famines all throughout the Bible. All not just Yosef. Look at the story of Elijah and the widow and her son. There were droughts and there were famine, and most of the droughts caused famines. And people didn't have food. And when time came, people sold themselves, they sold their families, they sold their, you look at some of these third world nations where there's low in food. Venezuela, you look down there, there are stories of men who prostituted out their wives, or women who, in order to feed themselves and their children, prostituted themselves out to eat. You see, Yah gives you wisdom, and He gives you the book, the Bible. The prudent man foresees the evil and hides himself. The foolish one passes on is punished. He's shown you throughout the book that you need to, when you see things that are taking place in this world, you need to be wise enough. You need to have the Spirit of truth, the Holy Spirit, that would lead you and guide you into all truth. It would have opened your eyes to see what is coming, to see what is happening. And only a lazy and complacent people would see what is happening and be like, I don't need to do anything about this because Yah's got me. But yet they're still paying car insurance. Yet they still have a savings account. Yah's got me. Despite the fact that I see the warnings, Yah's got me. Despite the fact that I see what's happening, Yah's got me. But these are the same people that will run around with every level of insurance that they can get from the world. Every level of insurance that they can pay for. Why? Because having a level of preparedness is serious, and it takes foresight, and it takes forethought, and it's more than just, oh well, I'm just gonna go buy a can of green beans, or a can of chunky Campbell's soup and I'm good. You have to start doing some mathematics. Some of y'all are good in mathematics. Y'all have already figured out how much money you need to save, over the next 20 years so you can have a retirement. But yet, you have not figured out. We always take for granted that we're going to reach retirement age, and everything in the system's going to go smoothly between now and then. Everything in this world's going to go smoothly between now and then. We don't ever say, "What if something doesn't?" The world has a history. And in this world history, it has a history of things going bad. Nationally, we have several histories, I would say, over the last 100 years of things going wrong globally. globally. In the last 100 years, several instances in which things took place globally. And we just act like it doesn't matter. And I believe sincerely that is our problem. And as long as that is our problem, we will continue to go down these paths. We will continue to be lazy and just tell ourselves, oh, well, you don't trust in Yah, following Yeshua. Hey, John, you have a year's worth of food stored back. You don't trust in Yah. Well, if you trusted like me, well, I'll tell you this. The Bible says you know them by their fruit. It also says, show me your faith without your works, and I will show you my faith by my works. I will show you that I trust in Yah by showing you some of the things that I've done so that you have an instance. It's not just, oh, I trust in Yah. We've turned trusting in Yah, we've turned faith into a lazy thing. And faith was an active thing. It wasn't a mental assent thing. You showed your faith by what you did, not by what you said. And sadly enough, there's not a lot of doing today. There's just not. So hopefully our minds can change and we can start opening up our eyes and looking at the world and seeing it for what it is. It's falling apart. And then asking ourselves, are we going to guard our families? Are we going to guard our loved ones? Because if we are going to guard them, if we are going to, then we need to look into some preparedness. The same way every week, at least once a week, we prepare. I say at least because sometimes you have feast days during the week, for those that are striving to keep or to do the memorials. I don't like the idea of saying I'm doing the feast days because you're probably not doing it the way the book says to do it. But we try our best to keep the memorial of it the best that we know how. But the sad thing is just how bad things have gotten and how lazy our mindsets have gotten and how lazy our doings have gotten. And how we've become so disassociated and disenfranchised, and the idea of preparedness is not in us, even though it was in our ancient people. They were a master at preparing, and Yah oftentimes showed them things ahead of time so they could prepare for them. Today you try to show us something, it's like, no, I don't believe in it, and you shouldn't believe in it either if you trusted in Yah. Well, I'll tell you, if you trusted in Yah, you would believe what he has shown, and you would make corresponding actions. Yes, fall on your knees and pray. Yes, continue to study and read. But these things require action. And many people are going to be suffering because they just took the path of, well, nothing's going to happen, and all I have to do is pray. But then when you look at their actions, you look at their faith, they have faith in insurance companies. They have faith in their 401k. They have faith in all those things. They just don't have the belief that they have to do anything when it comes to what they're saying. Which will make me ask, like, well, what are you missing in your life that you can't see these things for what they are and make moves to prepare and protect and guard your family and yourself and those around you, your brothers and your sisters around you? Anyways, it's been a longer video than I want it to be. I hope you're having a blessed day. I hope you do something today that puts you in a better position for tomorrow. Buy some canned greens, buy a box of ammo, learn a skill, or get on the process of learning a skill. Connect with a brother that lives, if you live in a city, connect with a brother that lives outside of your city. That if things go down, that you could link up with him. And we'll do a video on that coming soon. But anyways, until then, bless y'all. Shalom.